Hey guys, should BBC presenters wear poppies? A Twitter storm has erupted which has spilled onto the Jeremy Vine show following a tweet by Femi Olawale. Now here is the tweet. Let's read it together, shall we, class? It's up on your screen now. Dear BBC, why are your presenters wearing poppies? Your rules ban virtue signalling no matter how worthy the cause. If presenters can support war-related campaigns on the news, surely they can show they believe in equality for black and gay people, or is that against BBC values? Right, okay. So let's talk about this, shall we? And I'm wearing a poppy to show that my dog is scratching at the door. Hang on. Anyway, you can't stay up here for long. So anyway, as he says in his tweet, he says, oh well, if presenters can support war-related campaigns on the news, surely they can show they believe in equality for black and gay people. When I wear a poppy, I don't believe I'm supporting any war-related campaign. I'm supporting the Royal British Legion, who in turn support veterans, if you get what I'm saying. So it's not a war-related campaign. I'm honouring those who have fought in war and given their lives in war. It's got nothing to do with politics in my view, because in my view, if you're a soldier, Army, Navy, Air Force, and you get your orders, you do as you're told. I'm recording right now, and I'm supposed to be quite a heavy subject. You're only to you interrupting it, mate. Soldiers and those who have suffered in war and fought in war, it's not their fault, if you get my point. It's the people who sent them. They are the ones with a political agenda. Those who go out and fight, they don't have a political agenda, they're simply following orders. So I don't see wearing a poppy or giving to Royal British Legion as any sign that I'm supporting any sort of war-related campaign. But then Femi goes on to say in his tweet, surely presenters can show that they believe in equality for black and gay people. Right, well, that's an interesting one. Because if you look at my face, much as you won't want to right now, I'm sure some of you are probably wanting to turn off your screens, but if you look at my face, I can tell you this, right? Just look at my face. I believe in God and I believe in Jesus Christ because I'm a Christian, right? But you wouldn't know what I believe from looking at me. Now he said here, surely they can show they believe in equality for black and gay people. Well, maybe they do. I'm sure a lot of presenters on the BBC believe in equality for black and gay people, but just because they believe it, it doesn't mean they have to necessarily show it by wearing something. I think a lot of people probably believe in equality for gay and black people. Most definitely. But I don't understand why they need to wear something to show. But also, here's the other thing that kind of irks me slightly. Wearing a poppy is saying you support those who have fallen or been injured or affected by war in terms of their military service. Sexuality has nothing to do with it. Sexuality does not come into the equation here. If a soldier goes to a war zone and is killed, if they are gay or straight, it makes no difference when it comes to Remembrance Day and honouring those who've died. They were still a soldier. Sexuality is not an issue here. And in terms of race, again, a lot of different races, different cultures serve in the military, so I'm not really sure why this is relevant at all. Okay, look, we're taking the seriousness out of this video now. Can you just have a seat on the floor, my friend? Now, Lawrence Fox tweeted in response to Femi's tweet. Now, if you've watched my channel, you know I'm not a huge Lawrence Fox supporter. But let's read what he had to say, because I think he makes a fairly good point in this tweet. Here is Lawrence Fox's tweet. Dear Femi, they are wearing poppies in remembrance of those who gave their lives for their friends, their families and their country, so that we never forget the unimaginable horror they endured in order for us to be free to tweet inane nonsense today. Hashtag Remembrance Day. Okay, I think he has a point. Because also I'd like to also point out that, you know what, if we say to BBC presenters, you can't wear your poppies anymore, because, that's us showing that we support a certain cause or charity, they'll have to get rid of BBC Children in Need as well, because that's a charity too. That has to go out of the window. And people have also said, well, why can't BBC presenters wear something to say they support BLM, Black Lives Matter? Hey, listen, the trouble with that is that I agree that Black Lives Matter. Of course, there's no question there. I agree with that sentiment, Black Lives Matter. But Black Lives Matter, the group, the movement, are political, all right? That's very different. As far as I'm aware, Royal British Legion aren't really political. They don't go out on marches, they don't cause any kind of political stink in that sense. BLM are different. Anyway, look, I'm mumbling, I'm getting lost in this one, so let's draw it to a close. I should point out that Femi did actually appear on the Jeremy Vine show today. He was there with Carol Malone and Jeremy, and they did actually discuss this.
Things like the poppy are seen as these moral absolutes that cannot be questioned under any circumstances. However, why is the same not the case for racial equality? Why isn't racial equality one of those things that is an absolute that nobody should be questioning? Yet somehow, the fact that the people who are getting angry with this tweet are angry that I'm equating the push for racial equality and the push for equality for gay people with wearing a poppy.
I've got to come in here. Wearing a poppy is not a moral absolute. It is to honour the people who have given their lives in battle. Something you, thanks to them, will never ever have to do. It's entirely different. You're now politicising the poppy, which is entirely the wrong thing to do. People wear them out of respect and out of honour to people. And for you to criticise that, to apply terms like wearing a poppy is a moral absolute. No, it isn't. No one in this country is forced to wear a poppy. They wear it if they want to, and they wear it for a very specific reason.
Go on, Femi. You're misusing the term I said moral absolute as in something we are morally supposed to be doing.
Well, we're not morally supposed to wear a poppy, but people choose to wear them because they choose to honour our war.
You just said we're not morally supposed to wear a poppy, yet you're saying that
I said we're not morally obliged to wear.
Okay, well, let's say obliged. All right, obliged.
Okay, well, you just said that wearing a poppy is about showing respect for those who gave their lives to save us. Did I criticize that? Did I question that at all? No. In fact, my tweet says, "No, your rules ban virtue signaling, no matter how."
What does your Twitter feed say? That's how people have interpreted it.
No matter how worthy the cause. I am making the point that
people on Twitter think you're criticising it.
The people on Twitter have never been wrong before.
Well, that's why you're trending. That's why
hang
I'm
on,
talking
Femi.
about.
The fact is that the signal here is that you think wearing a poppy is virtue signalling.
Yes,
that's what you're clearly implying.
People can choose to interpret it as that, but the point is,
I'm
equating it with the push for racial equality and the push for rights for gay people. I'm saying that if you're going to call those things virtue signaling, why is wearing a poppy any different?
Why are you comparing the two? One is entirely different from the other.
Well, that is the issue that you will disagree on.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You say that the wearing a poppy is something that can never be questioned, which is why you're angry right now.
I'm not saying I'm not angry. I'm going back at your point of view, and there's a lot of people very angry with you on Twitter as well.
So you're saying that it's something that is right to do, that it shouldn't be questioned, that wearing a poppy because people died for us and saved our lives, yet somehow the push for racial equality...
You say that so glibly, people die for you. say it like it's just nothing.
You're the person who's saying that this is one thing that is beyond question because it's such a noble good, yet racial equality cannot be equated with it. It's completely different. It's something that is up for debate.
So Carol, tell us why poppy wearing is in a different class from wearing an armband that says Black Lives Matter.
Poppies are not political, or they shouldn't be. They have become political in recent years by people who say that if you wear a poppy, it means you support war. It doesn't. It's simply a question of respect and honour. It's not making a statement. It's just respecting the war dead. It's respecting people who went onto a battlefield, like I say, something you will never have to do in your privileged life.
Here's the irony, guys. I just wanted to point out to you. Now, I know they're not on the BBC, they're on Channel 5, but there's Femi, and what's he wearing? A poppy.
If you actually, I've done the maths. If you look at...
Why are you wearing a poppy?
No.
Well, you didn't like them.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Maybe it's just a BBC thing. I don't know. Anyway, so there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.